I sense someone who did not like and subscribe. Greetings and hello there, everyone. It's me, your beloved Star Wars Dad. I'm Nooch Too Good. I'm here to help you today. A beginner's guide to Cantina farming. You know, yesterday I published a video, beginner's guide to your first 5 weeks of character farming, and I totally forgot about Cantina farming, but it's kind of good because now I can actually just dial in on this and really talk exactly and specifically about what to farm in Cantina, you know, for your roster, what you farm at each step along the way, required characters there, what you do after required characters, and then what you do after required. Let's talk about Cantina farming. First of all, if you look really closely at Talia here, she's kind of got a hole in her eyebrow where there's some red behind her, where the background kind of floats through, but that's just a separate thing. It doesn't really matter. Nobody really cares, but look closely. I'm telling you, it's right there. I can see red in her eyebrow, like Ringo Starr with a broken eyebrow. So, 4 required farms. I've got 4 required farms for every roster. I don't care what you're farming. There are 4 characters that you must farm in Cantina battles from day 1. You should farm them until you get them to 7 stars, then you stop and move on to the next one. And here they are. Number 1 is in the very first node right here. Geonosian Soldier. I've talked about the Geos a lot, and the fact that they are your first dark side fleet, or they're the bedrock, the foundation, the primary members of your first dark side fleet. Geo Soldier's gonna be there for your first dark side fleet. He's gonna be there when you get your first Geo team. The Geo team is great on defense and early Grand Arena. Once you get to mid game, you put them over on offense. They do some great things on offense for you. You need them to get into a Geonosis Territory Battles Guild early on. The Geos are still today in 2023 a very, very important farm. So take this right here, this very first node, Geonosian Soldier, farm him until he is 7 stars, and then you move on to number 2, the number 2 required farm in Cantina battles, and it's going to be 4D right here. Guess who? Geonosian Spy. Geonosian Spy, once again, has his own ship for all the same reasons as Geonosian Soldier. You're going to farm Geonosian Spy second. You're going to farm him to completion, 7 stars, get him done, then you move on to your next required farm, and that's going to be in number 3 here, Kylo Ren Unmasked, and the TIE Silencer. Both of them are right here. Now, this is really important, boys and girls. Why do I say and? Well, the TIE Silencer, you need to get it to 5 stars. You need it to 5 stars so you can handle it. Once you get to level 78, you need a full dark side 5-star fleet. I think it's 4 ships or 5 ships. You need 5 dark side 5-star ships so that you can start getting fleet arena energy every day. I'm sorry, let me rewind that. You start getting Zeta mats every day in the ability materials challenge at level 78. So level 78, you need to focus on that. This needs to be farmed. Kylo Ren Unmasked and your TIE Silencer. Farm this node every day until you get the TIE Silencer to 5 stars. That's going to give you a 7-star Kylo Ren Unmasked. Kylo Ren Unmasked is also, if you're going for Spring Leader Kylo, great. He'll help you there. But just by himself, he is a great plug-and-play standalone tank early in the game. Even early and even into mid-game, if you don't get the rest of the First Order, you only have Kylo Ren Unmasked, you can plug him into a lot of teams as an initial taunt and a really super tanky guy. So this one right here is your 3rd required farm. And finally, the 4th required farm you're going to have is right here. Guess what we're back to? Guess what we're back to? Geos. Geonosian Brood Alpha does not have a ship, but he is the fulcrum, the focus point, the thing that makes the Geos go brrr. He is the guy. This is the guy, Geo Brood Alpha, or the girl. I don't think we decided that yet. I think we decided, some people say he, some people say she. It doesn't really matter. Geo Brood Alpha is awesome. I mean, an awesome, awesome character. Makes the Geos they just turn into a dominant offensive and defensive force in them. You know, early Grand Arena, when you're going through those first Carbonite levels of Grand Arena, a Geonosian team with even a 4 or 5-star Geobrood Alpha will stop a lot of other players from getting through you. Maybe Carbonite 5, 4, 3, like that, like the lowest levels of Carbonite. Is 5 even level? I think 4, 3, anyway. When you used to get into Great Arena, Geobrood Alpha is going to be really important for you. He makes those Geos go Brr. Am I using that right? I don't even know. I'm an old man. I just see it. So there you go. There's your 4 required farms. Your Geo Soldier in the very first node. Your Geo Spy right here in 4D. Your Kylo Ren Unmasked and the TIE Silencer in 3F. And then over to 8 is 8D. 8D, the Geobird Alpha. Now, what do you do after that? I think there's a couple of options, but I think the very first thing you're going to do is you're probably going to be at a point in the game where you need to maybe step back from farming. Maybe you're in that bulking mode where you're starting to bulk up teams, really level up the teams that you got sitting there. Instead of farming a bunch of new teams and new characters, you need to take some time and really beef up the teams that you've got existing right now. So if, in that case, if you're in that mode, you're going to want to start farming here 8C, here 8F, and here 8G. These are going to be your signal data, your flawed signal data, your incomplete, and your fragmented signal data. We call them blue, green, and gray, or gray, excuse me, maybe gray, green, and blue. These are signal data. You need a truckload of this. You need a truckload of this, boys and girls. You will never have enough. When you get into relic levels, you need this to get more relic levels on your characters. This is your gear. Once you get to gear 13, these are the gears that you farm. You're gonna need a bunch of this, so that's what you're gonna farm there. If you're in that bulking mode, you're leveling up other teams, you gotta get going. If you're not, if you're still looking to farm for more teams, then it's a case-by-case basis. You're gonna farm the things that you need for the farm that you are doing. And we can go back and look at a bunch of these here. I don't believe you should farm Farm Boy Luke and Old Ben here because they are, and by the way, I'm gonna go through every character. We're gonna go through every character. That's what we're gonna do right now. So Farm Boy Luke and Old Ben, you can farm them in the guild activity store. For 200 Mark 1 raid currency. I don't think don't farm them here. Farm them over there. Don't spend Cantina energy on them. Hondo Anaka would be part of the journey toward Dr. Aphra. It's generally a late game journey, but if that's what you want to do, go for it. You'll need a ton of Kyrotex. Lando is going to be part of the Jedi Knight Luke journey, which is going to lead you to Jedi Master Luke and lead you to Jabba. Cal Kestis there's a Cal Kestis journey. You can get him as well. Talia isn't part of any journey. She could be part of your Night Sister team for an assault battle, but a lot of people go with Spirit on that, so I wouldn't do Talia. Don't ever farm whatever this is, Night Sister, Initiator, Acolyte. You're going to do Ezra if you're going for Sith Eternal. Then you're going to have the Phoenix to get Thrawn, so this is where you're going to farm Ezra right here. He can also kind of fit into a Jedi Master Luke team later, maybe a little bit, sorta, or into other Jedi teams, maybe a little bit, sorta, but only if you're going for Sith Eternal, you're going for Thrawn right there. Sana Staros, again, part of the Dr. Aphra farm. Tusken Warrior here is really more of an end game character at this point. You don't really, I guess there's a lot of I see a lot of red in that one too. So anyway, you're probably not going to farm Tusken Warrior as a new player in the game. Gar Saxon goes with the Gauntlet, the Imperial Gauntlet. So if you're going to be doing an Imperial fleet and you're using that ship, you're going to want to farm Gar Saxon. No other reason to farm Gar Saxon. No reason really to farm Clone Wars Chewie. Yeah, don't worry about Clone Wars Chewie. Fox, First Order Executioner, is part of the Supreme Leader Kylo Ren farm. That's why you would farm First Order Executioner. Jedi Counselor, you're going to get him a lot in Bronziums. I really wouldn't farm him here. I just wait for your Bronziums to fill him up to 7 stars. Don't do the farming here. And he's going to go with your Jedi Counselor Starship. Kira is going to be the leader for a lot of your Scoundrel teams, both in Grand Arena. You put Kira with an Enfys Nest solo run, and Kira dies, but Enfys Nest gets all the benefits of the Kira lead. You also use her in the Smuggler's Run event that comes once or twice a month, I'm not sure, but Kira, that's the only reason I really use Kira. She's not using any other game modes. Magna Guard, you know, you can use Magna Guard for your gas farm for General Skywalker, and he's also required for Jedi Master Kenobi. I don't know if you should farm him here unless you're really going to go with that gas early on, because you're going to get him out of Bronziums and eventually get him 7 stars from Bronziums. Paploo should be farmed again in the Guild Activity Store. Not here. Don't farm Paploo here. Use that Mark 1 raid currency for Paploo. Finn is required for Rey, so if you're going for Rey, get him here. Otherwise, no. We already talked about Kylo. Biggs is going to be required for Jedi Master Luke, and that's the only place he's required. Although if you're going to go get a Home 1 fleet early on, you're going to need Biggs in his fighter. He is available. Biggs is available in the Galactic Warshop, so I'm going to back up here and say don't farm him here, farm him in the Galactic Warshop. Never farm Biggs. Let's keep going right here. If you're going to farm Inquisitors early, I'm talking to the Gerbil. He started a brand new account, an alt account. He farmed the Inquisitors up front, got himself into a 400 million guild with like 1 million account because he had Grand Inquisitor. So if you're going to farm Inquisitors, this is where you're going to start doing it right here. TIE Fighter pilot you need for the Executor, and this is where you would farm his shards along with the TIE fighters. So same thing like the Kylo node. TIE Fighter pilot, TIE Fighter. You need both of them for the Executors, so this is a good place to farm them. Kylo Ren, need for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. There you go. Grand Moff Gideon. He's available with regular energy farms, but if you really want to top him off and finish him, he is for me, he's part of my initial Imperial Trooper team. They give him to me at 3 stars, so I keep farming him in regular energy nodes. Eventually, you can finish him off here if you want to just top him off and get him to 7 stars right here. Kit Fisto doesn't fit anywhere in the game. Don't worry about him. Plo Koon has a great ship, a great reinforcement ship that gives everybody back a bunch of health and protection in the Galactic Republic fleets. This is where we're going to farm. Did I say Plo Koon? Yeah, I said Kit Fisto up here. Don't farm Kit Fisto anywhere. Farm Plo Koon here for his ship. Over to the left, L3 is a great plug-and-play initial taunt tank. She's really good. She fits with Scoundrels. If you're going to end up doing a Dash Rendar team, she's part of that Dash Rendar team for Grand Arena. Isla Secura here is going to be part of your Jedi Master Kenobi farm. I don't recommend farming her until you're actually going for Jedi Master Kenobi. Here's one that may be an early farm for you. We got the Candyman, Canderous Ordo. Canderous Ordo is required for Darth Revan. So if you're going to do an early Jedi Knight Revan and Darth Revan farm, Canderous Ordo is your boy here. He's also a Mandalorian, so he fits in that Krayt Dragon Raid team. This is where you're going to farm him early if you're going to go for those Revans. Likewise, Chirpa. This is the only place Chirpa is available. So if you're going to go for a C-3PO event and you're farming Paplu and Logray over in the Guild Activity Shop, and also, I guess, Ewok Elder over there. If you're farming them over there, this is where you're going to farm Chief Chirpa. You're going to want to get a Zeta so you can go get 3PO early. Go watch my channel. I've done that event several times on the channel. Here is Veteran Smuggler Han and Veteran Smuggler Chewie. The only reason you're going to farm these guys is Veteran Smuggler Han you need for Rey. Back up. He's Kylo's dad. You need him for Supreme Leader Kylo. And you need Veteran Smuggler Chewie for Rey. Also, they can fit into that Smuggler's Run event that comes once or twice a month as just extra pieces in there, so you can fit them in there as well. Not very exciting characters, but mainly they fit into those Galactic Legend farms. Hey, if you're going for General Skywalker gas, here's where you farm ARC Trooper. I've seen a few rosters recently that are getting gas and don't have ARC Trooper. Don't forget him. He's right here. He's right there, man. Don't forget ARC Trooper. Hey, Kyle Katarn, if you're going to go get Star Killer, this is where we're going to get him. He's part of the Star Killer. He's also, his ship, from what I'm told, like once again by the Gerbil, is really awesome in an early home. One fleet helps you overcome a lot of stuff. T3M4 is part of the Jedi Knight Revan farm, and you also, being Old Republic, you can put him into a Krayt Dragon team as well. Sith Assassin, she is here. She is part of the Leviathan farm, if you're going to go get Leviathan early. Otherwise, she's just kind of an extra character. Yeah, if you put her on a Darth Malgus team, she hurts the gas counter, but that's really more of an end game move than a beginner move. B2 Battle Droid. If you're going for General Skywalker, once again, you're going to farm B2 right here. He also fits really well on the General Grievous team, but kind of that goes together. General Skywalker gas along with the Grievous team kind of fits hand in glove there. Sith Marauder goes with the Sith Eternal farm, and he also fits great onto a Darth Revan team, so you're going to farm him here. Here is Wedge. Wedge goes for Jedi Master Luke. You also need his fighter for Jedi Knight Luke, and I believe, and I need to do this event here soon, you're gonna have to have Wedge at least leveled up to like Gear 12, maybe even Relic levels to do that level of the Jedi Knight Luke event. Count Dooku, a great plug and play character, a good Separatist character, a good Sith you can put into a lot of teams. He's part of the Sith Eternal farm as well, so this is where we're gonna find Count Dooku. Kersantin is part of the Jabba farm. Here's where you get him. Snowtrooper, everything I understand from Darth Loquitur, that's DL. He is an easy first or early relic for your squad. He also fits into your Imperial Trooper teams early, especially the Iden Versio team, where he just fits like a glove onto that team. Not part of any farms right now, but he fits on a couple teams really well. Your Aura Singh fits in your Jabba farm. She's also a really effective leader for a bounty hunter team, kind of a GL counter person right there. Saying a lot of stuff here. Captain Han Solo fits into your Jedi Knight Luke farm. He does not fit well into defense or any other place in the game, really. Captain Han Solo, although he is good for some proving ground teams later on to resurrect some of your rebels on your CLS team, so he will fit into some proving ground teams, but mainly part of the Jedi Knight Luke farm. Here he is. Dash Rendar, part of the Star Killer farm. leads a really great scoundrel team in Grand Arena if you're going to get him. And again, we talked about L3 earlier, fitting really well on that team. Vandor Chewy would also go well in this team. Night Sister Spirit, if you're going to get your Night Sisters for the Assault Battle, which I do recommend for once you get to mid-game, here's where you farm Spirit on that team. Darth Talon, once again, this is your Star Killer farm. So 3 of the Star Killer characters are right here in Cantina battles, which kind of sucks because you got to have them all Relic, and this is also where you get the signal data to get them to high Relic levels. But it is what it is. And then finally on our level 8 here, Death Trooper doesn't fit great in a lot of places. He kind of maybe goes with an Iden Versio team, but encouraging a new player to farm Death Trooper is well out of something I would ever do. Sith Empire Trooper is part of the Leviathan farm. He also fits well with a pre-taunt onto a Darth Revan team. Talked about your gray signal data. Talked about Geobrute Alpha. Here you go. Oh no, the last one, my brain farted. Carthonasi. He is your guy for, well, there's a few reasons. You need his ship right here for the Ebon Hawk for the Leviathan farm. Now that's down the road. I don't think any new players should be farming the Leviathan, mainly because of Darth Malgus and his ship that you need, and you're not going to get those except out of Conquest and later Proving Grounds. But you get his ship here. It also fits kind of well into the Executor farm. It's not part of the requirements, but you bring it out. It prevents you from getting any, I think it prevents you from getting target lock, and that's kind of important if you're playing defense on there. And Carthonasi himself is part of the Darth Revan farm. And there you go. That is all of your Cantina farming, all the characters there, the required farms, what's up next for you, the case-by-case basis, and every character that is in the Cantina battles. I hope this helps you as you get started in the game and you're getting moving with your early account. Let me know how you're doing, what you're farming in Cantina battles. I'd love to hear you. And of course, always remember, a Nooch Too Good.